Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, unpack them, and really try to find those crucial insights. Today, we're tackling something I think, well, pretty much everyone bumps into, that really frustrating gap between knowing exactly what we should do and actually, doing it. Maybe you're like a listener who reached out. They were starting to get their team to adopt some new software. They all know it's more efficient, but yeah. So this deep dive is into Talk to the Elephant, design learning for behavior change. It gives us a really powerful way to look at bridging that knowing-doing gap.
Exactly. We're going to explore this idea of the rational writer and the emotional elephant mind. They often clash, right? And the key thing is, what can we actually do to get them, aligned, whether it's for ourselves or trying to influence others' behavior?
Okay, yeah, let's really dig into that core idea. The book uses this great metaphor. Our rational side, the writer, that's the part that gets the facts. It totally understands, okay, ergonomic posture prevents strain, seatbelts save lives, makes sense. But then there's the elephant, our emotional side, our experiential side. And it might just not be on board.
Right.
And that creates this huge disconnect, knowing versus doing. And so often learning just talks to the writer, just facts.
Exactly. And what's so interesting here, it's usually not about people just being lazy or, difficult on purpose. The elephant, that emotional part, is constantly doing this little calculation in the background. Value minus effort.
Value minus effort, okay.
Yeah. And that value calculation, it's not just about how big the reward is objectively. What really matters to the elephant is how immediate it feels, how tangible it is, and crucially, how likely it seems right now.
The immediacy.
Yes. Like the book mentions, getting $10 today. That can feel way more compelling to our elephant than getting, say, $11 in a year.
Even though the $11 is logically better.
Logically, yes. But emotionally, that immediate $10 wins. It's called hyperbolic discounting. Our brains are just wired to want that smaller, sooner reward.
Okay, that immediate versus delayed thing, I feel that constantly. My writer knows, start the big project, but the elephant just wants that quick win, finish the small task now.
We all do.
So the big question then is, how do we make those future consequences or those future benefits, how do we make them tangible and immediate enough for the elephant to actually care right now?
Well, that's where some clever design comes in. The book talks about this really cool Stanford study. Participants used virtual reality, right? They had this experience of actually virtually chopping down a tree.
Wow.
And afterwards, compared to people who just read about deforestation, they used significantly fewer paper napkins.
Because it made it real. It wasn't abstract anymore.
Exactly. It made the impact visceral, immediate for their elephant. Same idea with those black light demonstrations for hand washing.
Oh, yeah, you see all the germs left behind.
Right. It makes the invisible visible. Or think about smoking cessation messages focusing on immediate stuff like better taste, better breath, not just the long-term health risks way down the line.
Making it tangible, making it now. Got it.
That's a huge part of it, but it's not the only part. Making things tangible is powerful, but how do you really speak to the elephant's core, connect beyond just the immediate senses?
You mean deeper motivations?
Precisely. It's about connecting to values, identity, what people fundamentally care about. The book gives the Don't Mess with Texas campaign as a brilliant example.
Oh, that's iconic.
It is, and it worked so well. It didn't just say littering is bad, here's the fine. It tapped into Texans' pride, their identity.
Right. It reframed it as real Texans don't litter. It's about who you are.
Exactly. Connecting the desired behavior to their existing sense of self.
That's a really powerful reframe. But okay, thinking about motivation, the book also mentions this over-justification effect, where kids who got rewards for drawing, they actually became less interested in drawing later when the rewards stopped.
That's a really important caveat.
It suggests that those external motivators, like rewards, can sometimes backfire, maybe even kill the internal drive. I wonder, though, in the real world, like corporate training or public health, aren't those initial external pushes sometimes, necessary just to get the ball rolling? How do you balance that?
That is a fantastic question, and it's tricky, right? External rewards can be useful to kickstart a behavior, especially if it's not something inherently fun right away. The key takeaway from that over-justification research is you need to be strategic. Use them, maybe, but plan the transition.
Okay.
The goal isn't dependence on the reward. It's to use the reward, maybe, to bridge the gap until the person starts finding the intrinsic value, the feeling of competence or the connection or the purpose in the activity itself. You want the behavior to become its own reward eventually.
Ah, okay. So the external reward is like scaffolding, not the permanent structure.
Beautifully put. Exactly.
So, all right, let's bring this back to the listener. Whether you're trying to floss more or, get your team using that new software, just yelling louder that flossing is good for you or this software is better probably isn't the answer.
Probably not, no, because that elephant, it's juggling like 37 other things it cares about right now. It feels overwhelmed.
So instead of just repeating the facts for the writer,
You have to figure out what the elephant cares about in that moment. What does its value minus effort calculation actually look like? What are its priorities, its fears, its immediate desires?
and you can't just guess that.
Absolutely not. You have to actually talk to people, listen, understand their world, their values, where they're coming from, meet them there. That's how you design something that doesn't just inform the writer, but actually moves the elephant. That's the path to real, lasting change.
So it really underscores that behavior change is so much more than just knowledge transfer. It's this really complex dance between value, identity, emotion, timing.
It really is. So maybe the takeaway is next time you're looking at a behavior your own or someone else's, ask, am I just talking at the writer, or have I actually tried to understand and engage the elephant? What's its real motivation here?
Definitely something to think about and maybe try out. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.